Welcome back to the new video in Alteryx. This video is more specifically about guiding how do you search for help. Now during the training, after the training, or during the project, or maybe after the project, if you require any help related to Alteryx, where do you search it? Okay, so this is the video which will guide you different places for searching the help. Let us begin. So first thing, if you want to understand about any tool inside Alteryx, let's take an example. If I go to preparation tab over here, and I do not know what is the formula tool here. So I can just click on the formula tool. So first thing, it will give me an explanation that it is used for creating or updating columns, one or more expressions. But if I want to understand in detail with help of an example, I can just click on this open example option. And here, this will create a separate workflow explaining me in detail. And you see this formula tool, and that's the explanation on the right hand side. It is also helping me to execute the steps. So the first step is Ctrl R and the second step is select the output tool. So when you press Ctrl R, it will be executed. The data is ready-madely created by them, and it is also explaining with help of different examples. How do you create a new static column, how to use if-else condition formula, new modified column, or how do you modify existing column. So all these features will be given one by one and directly by Alteryx. So these steps are very much important if you want to understand about any tool. So let's see an example here. If I click on the output anchor, there is some data which is displayed at the bottom. You see there are 90 records and it is having around 6 columns. So if I want to understand what exactly happened, I can click on the input anchor and you can see earlier there were how many columns? There were 5 columns, 90 records. It has added one extra column which is giving 6 columns. Now what exactly it has done? It is written over here. So you have to go through that document, understand properly what exactly the formula tool does and what are the different things we can take it with the help of that. Now secondly, if you see on the right hand side, on the top there's a search option. Now if I want to understand what is this record ID, the tool name is record ID, I can just type here record ID. Okay, just type as record. So all the tools containing the word record would be given. You see all the tools with record. So I can drag and drop that record and drop it here. And I can just do an R&D. Okay, I can just play with the tool in this configuration window and I can find out the answers by myself. But if you do not have an idea what exactly is a record ID, so you can just type here record and you can see on the right hand side there's an example. So you can click on that example and it will create a separate workflow giving you detailed explanation about that record ID. So you see these are the notes given here. Secondly, if you want to understand something else, okay, let's say for example autofill. Autofill is one tool. If I want to understand what autofill does, this is one method. Second method, at the bottom if you see, we have a help section. I can click on this autofill tool which will navigate to the web page of Alteryx and it will open on default browser. So this is a very dry explanation which I can say. It's not that great which I've shown in the previous example. So it will give you the definition, it will give you also an example, and here is a link for the sample workflow which you can go through that topic over here. Now similarly, if I go back to Alteryx and here if I search for autofill, at the bottom there is a community where people keep on talking about that particular tool with different examples. And people like you and me keep on interacting on that platform and all the questions would be stored here. So whenever you're getting some problem, it is nothing new. It has been already taken by someone else and you can find the solutions in this place. Okay, so you can click on that link. Again, it will open the web page on a default browser and you can see what people are interacting about that particular tool. Okay, and you can also get the solution from this particular thing. Same way, if I come back to Alteryx, if you also require some other help, some other workflows, in the help option, if you see, there are some sample workflows which are already created by Alteryx. So you can learn one tool at a time. For example, if I go to this transform, arrange tools. So I can learn about that particular tool. I can also learn one model at a time. These are some ready-made workflows and all these options. There's a huge library where you can just start exploring. Also, if you need, there are some sample datasets which you can use it for your training purpose, your working purpose as well, sample datasets. And also you can generate some support files, which is again the other part as well, right? So this is the place where you can get the help during the training, after the training, in the project, after the project. No need of any external person to guide you in that part. Okay. So I hope you have understood how to search the help inside Alteryx for any tool, any workflow, and that's all for this video.